Welcome back to the Pick'em Podcast. I'm Brody Pruitt.
I'm Bryson Pickens. What's up, guys?
And, we missed Pick'em week 2. So this is Pick'em week 3. I think me and Bryson were looking at it. I think this would be considered episode 4 of the Pick'em Podcast. If you didn't watch the last video, we just went over the review of the week 1, who won, and the review of week 2 since we weren't able to get in here for the week 2 games. But we're back. We're back, baby.
Picking them
For week 3. And let me tell you, there's some decent games this week.
There's a really good game that I've been eyeballing.
Oh yeah, yep, that's the one. But if you're sitting down, you need to be standing up, and if you're standing up, you need to be sitting down. And it's time to pick 'em. All right, Bryson. What are we feeling here? Where are we starting? I'm saying what, Pac-12?
We start with Pac-12.
No. Remember, they're the teams that only got like
Two.
But I'll say this. We'll do one game for Pac-12 since it is a top 25 matchup. Me and Bryson have talked about it. We are going to basically write down the games and who picks who. And whoever picks them the most right. I don't know what we'll do yet, but we're going to do something. So, week 3, 2:30 on Fox. The only Pac-12 game that really matters. You got Texas Tech versus Oregon State. Oregon State's 0-2. Texas Tech's 2-0. Now,
I'm coming out with a hot one.
Okay.
Give me Patrick Mahomes' alma mater, Texas Tech.
Yeah, I've got to go Texas Tech. Oregon State? What? So, I don't see anyone besides Texas Tech. Or, I don't see Oregon State winning that football game, let's just say that. So, both of us are going to go Texas Tech here. Anything else you want to add to that? There's really not much to say about those two teams. Skipping down, or going to the next conference here.
Big Ten?
Yeah, we'll go Big Ten. Bryson, tell me a game.
We'll go the rival game, Indiana State and Indiana. Indiana's 2-0. Indiana State's both 2-0.
Yeah, it's just, and my thing is, once again, we're in these early weeks. What is Indiana State going to have for Indiana?
Indiana hasn't played anybody.
No, they haven't. But who does Indiana State play in the regular season? Nobody. Indiana, if you go and look at their, the week after, they play number 9 seed Illinois, then Iowa, then number 4 Oregon, then Michigan State, UCLA, who just got that quarterback from Tennessee not too long ago. I've got to go Indiana here. I don't see Indiana State winning this football game. Maybe another year, but
write me down for Indiana.
Not this year. All right, next up, I want to do this game because, and it's not a top 25 matchup. It's really not. Nobody really cares about it. But because the Tennessee quarterback
Nico
left and went to UCLA, and then now
0-2.
Tennessee is 2-0. UCLA is 0-2. So we're gonna do the game. New Mexico versus UCLA. New Mexico's 1-1. They beat Idaho State and they lost to Michigan. I think UCLA comes out with this one. I think this is their first win in the season. Now, my only problem, New Mexico State has seen a good team. They've seen a great team with Michigan. Well, I wouldn't go great, but they've seen a better team when you have UCLA lost 43-10 to Utah and then lost 23-30 from UNLV. I think this is where I think UCLA pulls this one. they got UCLA on an 81.4% win. I'm gonna have to go with the UCLA Bruins.
I'm sitting here thinking because they've both really not played anybody other than UNM has played Michigan. Gave up 32 to Michigan, I think is what that said.
Yeah, 32-17. When Michigan was ranked, what, 15?
14.
14?
But then they go and play Idaho State's week 2 and give up 22.
Yeah,
And you scored 32, but, I mean, you give up 22 to Idaho State.
I mean, where's the defense in both those
That's what
football
I'm
games?
in both of them. That's what I'm worried about. But I think that New Mexico State has a good enough offense to compete in the Big Ten. I'm just scared of them playing UCLA. So give me UCLA.
UCLA. I was already topping you down for New Mexico State.
I kind of liked it, but give me UCLA.
All right. So Bryson, do you want to wait on this one, or do you want to hop right into it? It's up to you.
You're talking about the Oregon game?
No, I'm talking about this game right
This
here.
rival game?
No, no.
We're hopping out in the SEC already?
Well, they're playing the Big Ten this week, so it's right there. We can skip it. You want to skip it and wait?
No, we'll talk about it. Give me my Crimson Tide versus Wisconsin Badgers this weekend, boys. You know, the Tide, they come off a very weak week 1 where we talked about this every podcast where they come out and get whooped by the Seminoles. You know, blow Seminole win where they blew us away, boys. I really like Bama now. I think they've got their quarterback, Ty Simpson. I think he's getting on the right foot. He went 17 for 17. We talked about it last episode. Go watch it if you want to hear me yap about it. I did a little bit of yapping. Talked about a little bit of Kalen DeBoer. Whatever. Go back up north somewhere. SEC's not for you, buddy.
Oh man.
But I'll take my Tide against the Badgers. It was a really good game last year.
Let me just throw out some statistics here, Bryson. They've got Alabama winning 88.9%. That's the win percentage for Alabama. Okay, Wisconsin is 2-0. In the past 2 games, they've only given up 10, which it was Miami, Ohio, and Middle Tennessee State. But to only give up 10, their defense is looking hot. Their quarterback in the last game threw for 403 yards, 35 for 46.
Who'd they play?
Middle Tennessee State. Ty Simpson threw for 480, but he was 40 for 60 on passes. Y'all threw the ball 60 times. Jeez. So,
That's
I mean,
season leaders.
No, that's the last game. Oh, you're right. My bad, buddy.
We threw it 17 times last game.
Yeah, I mean, but what another thing I'm going to get at, well, if these are season stats, you've got 2 teams that are pretty even, in my opinion, here. Now, it is at T-Town. It's in T-Town. It was a great game last year, but I think after the loss to the Seminoles, I think Bama comes out. They just came off a big win, huge execution win from UL Monroe. And I don't see the Badgers walking away with this one. Now, if it was in Wisconsin, there would be some other talks.
We would talk about it a little bit more.
But I don't.
Being in T-Town, I really like my Tide.
Yeah, and it's not a night game.
Usually it's not. When I play Wisconsin, it's usually like 12:30.
Yeah, this one's at 11,
Yeah.
first thing in the morning. So give me Alabama. Going on to the next game. Let me back this mic up a little bit. Maybe screaming in y'all's ear, but you got Oregon playing Northwestern. Northwestern is, in my opinion, they're the school that out of nowhere shows up in March Madness. And I don't know if y'all know this, but March Madness is for basketball. They're not winning that football game. Give me Oregon and the Ducks.
Give me the Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. Northwestern's just never been a football school to me, so I can't side with that. Next up, we got Central Michigan and Michigan.
Both 1-1. Michigan's 23.
I mean, Michigan just came off a loss to Oklahoma. If you didn't watch that game, it was a great game. It really was.
Was it in the shoe?
It was at the shoe. Now, the score shows a little different, but it was 7-0 at halftime, maybe? Or 7. I mean, there wasn't a lot. I mean, final score was 24-13. It was Michigan's offense. That's the only problem. They couldn't get the offense clicking. They played decent defense by the third quarter. You know, it was like 14-0 or so, but yeah, at the end of the third, it was 21-13. They stepped it up, and they were like, "Oh, it's time." And then Oklahoma holds them to 0 in the fourth. So, you have Michigan who gave up 7-7-7-3. That's all they gave up. 3 touchdowns and a field goal against a really good team, and for some people, a Heisman contender. Michigan's defense looked hot. You've got to figure out what is Michigan football. I think
that J.J. McCarthy is hard.
It is.
Offense.
It is, and you've got a new coach. It's his second or third year. He's still on the come up. But at the same time, who is Central Michigan? Give me Michigan, the Big Blue.
Give me the Wolverines.
Wolverines.
The Wolverines. Go Big Blue.
Is it Wolverines?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Golly.
You gotta step it up on.
Dude, my bad.
Guys.
All right, what we got next, Bryson?
Let's see here. Let's skip down. We'll go Villanova, another basketball team, against number 2 Penn State. Penn State. We'll move on.
Next. No, seriously though. I mean, you got guys. At some point, you've got to think logically. You have Penn State, who is always good, against Villanova, who is a basketball school. Most of their money goes to basketball.
The next game we can talk about is the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, who has outscored their opponents 84-7 in the past 2 games.
Oh my God.
So give me the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they play Ohio. Now that I don't know much about that rivalry.
They played number 1 Texas week 1, beat them 14-7 in the rematch of the semifinals in the playoffs last year. Then they go and play Grambling
70-0.
70-0 on pay week.
Yeah,
and
70-0.
Yeah, that's a 7-0, not 17. 7-0. Then you go and play Ohio. Michigan plays a bunch of nobodies until they play Penn State in a few weeks.
You're talking about Ohio. You said Michigan.
Oh, my Ohio State. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
They don't play anybody until they play Michigan.
And that's why a lot of people don't like Ohio State people and Ohio State fans because, they don't play anybody to be considered a good team.
They played Texas week 1, respectable. They don't play another ranked opponent until they play Illinois, who's ranked number 9 right now. And then they go and play, in 2 weeks, they play Penn State. And then after that, they don't play anybody until Michigan.
Yeah, and Michigan right now, Michigan loses that football game.
Yes.
So you have all of these.
You have an undefeated season at your fingertips.
Yeah, and I mean that's just how it goes for Ohio State most of the time because they don't really play like any competition. But that's gonna do it for the Big Ten there. Now moving on to the ACC, and guys, all those matchups that we went over were top 25 teams. Like the Big Ten, sorry. The Big Ten has some. They have some dogs.
ACC's kind of doesn't really. They've got a couple games this week. They've got.
Hold on, my bad. I skipped over Big 12.
You want to go to Big 12?
There's only one game, so you just pull up the ACC. The only game for the Big 12 is, which we already talked about, Texas Tech and Oregon State. There's 2 other games. You have Iowa State versus Arkansas State.
Write it down. We all know.
Yeah, Iowa State. You got to go Iowa State, Arkansas State.
They beat Kansas State basically week 0 this year.
Yes, Iowa State is literally 3-0. They're the only team that's 3-0, I think.
They have to be.
Well,
it's the only game on, is it not?
No, that Saturday you had Kansas played Fresno State, Kansas played somebody. Man, I don't know. We'd have to go into it, but they're one of the only teams that are 3-0. And then the next game for the Big 12, Utah and Wyoming.
I really like Utah.
Both undefeated teams, but I don't think, Utah came out They played UCLA, and then they played Cal Poly and put up 63 on them. And then they held UCLA to 10, held Cal Poly to 9. I think the defense is there. The offense is clicking. That's, 107 points in 2 games? No, 106 points in 2 games. So give me Utah. I like the state of Wyoming.
Wyoming. I really want to go to Wyoming.
But
their brown and yellow is really cool.
Yeah, but I don't think they're walking away with this one. So now we can move on to the ACC. If you got it pulled up.
Yes. We'll jump right into it. I mean, we got Clemson, who just lost against LSU last week. You've got a sneaky.
Well, hold on. No, not last week. The week before.
The week before. 1. Week 1 lost to LSU in Death Valley Jr. at night. You go in. I mean, you're playing week 3. You're 1-1. You won last week. You're number 12th in the nation still. You go and play a sneaky good Georgia Tech, who is really good every year for no reason.
Well, not every year, but the past year and a half, I want to say. Because when they beat Miami, something happened. And you may tell you what happened, Bryson. I was watching that football game. I was in I think I was in maybe Birmingham. I was in Birmingham with my girlfriend that day, and she had like some cheer competition. You know how them things go. But when I turned on the TV in our hotel room and saw that G and T, you know what that stands for? Good try. Good try. Because Miami tried to win, but, good try.
Good try.
Because you ain't winning this football game, and neither is Clemson.
Georgia Tech.
Hold on. Neither is Clemson. Give me the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Yes, you look at you learning in here. I really like Georgia Tech. I mean, last year put up a good fight against Georgia. That was a really good game. Pretty sure it went in a couple of overtimes, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think they went into overtime, but it was like a 3-point game to your rivals.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. You also, I'm about to go on a rant against Georgia here. Georgia also had a really close game against Kentucky.
Yeah.
Last year. It's just Georgia's so close to just not being in it, and there's in it every year.
Yeah, they pull the strings every single year, and that's what makes a good
Give
dynasty.
me Clemson.
You're going Clemson.
I'm going Clemson at Georgia Tech.
That's the first. Oh, dude, I already wrote you down.
I know.
Georgia
I seen
Tech.
it. And I wanted to hype it up just a little bit more.
Well, look, this is gonna be the first one that so far. So I don't know, but I don't see. Listen, Clemson was down 14-0 to Troy. You do that to Georgia Tech, and you're losing that football game.
Georgia Tech's one of those teams that they're going to go in and play a tight game. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a big defensive game. You're not going to have a lot of people go in, or Georgia Tech's not going to go in. They're not going to go in and blow out someone by 40. They're not going to blow out a ranked opponent by 40. They're going to go in these tight ball games, and they're going to win it with the last possession.
But that's what I like about Georgia Tech is they come in, they play smash mouth football.
Give me Clemson by 14.
By 14. All right, Bryson, let me tell you the spread on this game but by 14 is crazy.
Give me Clemson by 14.
What's the spread there?
3.5.
3.5? But the 55.9% chance of Georgia Tech winning that football game. And I'm not a man to argue with statistics.
Right.
So I'm going Georgia Tech. You're going Clemson.
I'm putting this one down to alert me for all things on ESPN.
That game is at 11 o'clock on ESPN, so y'all better be watching it and figuring out if me or Bryson's going to be winning that one. Next up, the team that came out and shocked the Gators in the swamp go back to another Florida team. So all of these Florida teams, they play Florida, they turn around, they play the number 5 ranked Miami. And South Florida, after beating Florida, it's a lot of Floridas. Miami.
A lot of Florida.
South Florida, after beating Florida in the swamp, is ranked 18. So you got the 18 and the 5 matchup, both 2-0. The spread on this game is negative 15.5 Miami. They've got Miami winning by 15.5 points. And I can't argue with that. I mean, yes, I think UCF is they're building as a program, but Florida, Florida hasn't been. Billy
I'm going to
Napier.
disagree.
Hold on,
Because
hold on.
UCF is not even playing Miami this week. It's USF.
I said USF.
You should see.
I said South Florida. Pretty sure I did. Anyways, yeah, hold on.
I don't think that we're going to go back to this NIL bullcrap. With NIL, I don't think you have a rebuild. I don't think, unless you're a really small school, I'm talking like JUCO, like D3 schools, you don't really have a build year. Like, you don't have this rebuild year, or you don't, like the NFL does. You have these build years.
Yeah.
Where you're building up. Giants. You don't really have this build-up year because with this NIL stuff, you either have everything that you wanted,
or you have
nothing, and everyone transferred out. Miami, who were they last year? They were mediocre. Miami this year.
Whoa, mediocre.
You get Stetson. You get Carson Beck.
You just called the Heisman the
Cam Ward. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about Miami from last year. Cam Ward just nonchalantly eating a bag of potato chips in the backfield, flips it over, and they scored.
Yeah, okay, that's
so
I
dumb.
didn't think that he was a Heisman contender in my eyes, but I'm just telling you the facts, Bryson. That Miami's back.
Because they picked up a bunch of pieces.
They did,
But they're not. Back to the USF. I don't think they're having a build year or everything else. I think they just come in. They've picked up some people. Their coaches' light bulbs went off this offseason. They're going out to kick some tail, and they've done that so far this year.
Yeah, and they're not
ranked
trying.
18.
And this is what I like about them. They're not trying to do too much. You go to Florida. In the swamp, playing a ranked team, and you show your. I mean, you show what your team's about. They only give up 16 to the number 13 ranked Florida team. I don't know what's in store for USF, but I just can't. I can't side with saying that they win this football game to Miami. I think Miami is the Miami like franchise, like had the you give me the you, like the how Miami was always good. You used to see people around here wear Miami stuff.
Well, Underwood, back when we played Underwood at baseball at Underwood back in Petersville, we used the Miami U as our logo.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just trying to say, like, I don't know what USF has. I don't. I mean, yes, you beat Florida, great, but does it stop there?
You don't want to turn into a Georgia Tech team. You don't want to turn into. Y'all are gonna really hate me when I say this. Arizona State.
Yeah.
From last year. You don't want to turn into any of these teams or the Kansas State team from 2 years ago. You don't really want to be these one-year wonders.
Yeah.
You want to build a franchise. You want to build something like that Alabama had until Kalen DeBoer stepped foot in this.
Because the way that the NIL works, you have a good season, you have people
want to come to
you. So then you pay them, and they're like, oh, they're going to pay me too? Yeah, I'm going there.
Because people, when athletes coming out of high school and they want to go to college, do you want to go to this Alabama school that's been good for 40-plus years, or do you want to go to a new program that's new, exciting, Oregon?
That's going to pay you millions of dollars.
Like Oregon, you're going to get probably the same amount of NIL deals because it's not like Alabama who everybody there is a 5-star athlete. You're probably going to be one of the best players on your team, and you're going to go out to beat games like you did last week. Like when you go to Florida, you get to play Florida. You go out and show who you are. You beat them.
And that's what I love about football. Like this is one thing I like about the NIL. It spreads up the talent. There's matchup. There's good games all the time. Just because you're unranked doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything anymore. So, and I like that you can. Let's say if I'm a kid out of high school, I can go to South Florida, get paid. When let's say Florida wouldn't even offered me, right? I can go to South Florida, get paid, then go and play Florida and show them what I'm about. There's probably going to be some kids from this USF team that will not be on the team next year because of that Florida game. They will be somewhere.
That's also another thing I do not like about this NIL stuff is you can have. It's really hard for these smaller schools. You have a 1-year wonder like USF is going to have this year. They're going to be really good, beat really good teams, and then you go out next year and you're going to go Florida State year.
Yep. But see,
everyone's going to leave
because they want to go to Alabama and LSU and Clemson and Georgia, and because they're getting those offers now. And yeah, it's great. In my opinion, it's great for the kids, but what does that do to the schools?
You can't build. I don't think you can build a franchise.
I don't think it is. But I got to go Miami here. I don't see South Florida winning the football game, but all luck to them. I mean, I hope I'm ready to see what they have in store for this year. I think they're going to be a very good football team. They're going to play smash mouth football like Georgia Tech, but I got to go Miami.
I'm looking forward to this game. Really would love to see South Florida win, but write me down for Miami.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't argue with it. But
write me down. This will be a game where I bet money on Miami to win and then wish that South Florida wins.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And Bryson, I hate to tell you, but that's going to wrap up the ACC for important games. I mean, we're only 25 minutes through this podcast, and we're already almost done. I mean, there's not a lot. There's not too many great games this week, but I mean, what can you do? Now on to the SEC. There's 2 top 25 matchups in the SEC, and there's a top 25 used to be matchup game because of the USF win over Florida. We'll save that one for a little longer just because it's my LSU Tigers. But hopping right back into it, you got this is first game of the SEC of the day on Saturday. Oklahoma and Temple.
Boomer.
Yeah,
Sooner.
I really like
Temple.
I really like John.
Sucks. Give me Oklahoma.
I really like John Mintier. He's doing great things over there at Oklahoma. And, dude, I don't know if you noticed this, but every year Oklahoma has a stud quarterback.
For no reason.
It's every year. So you had, I think it all started with like
Jalen Hurts.
And
but Kyler Murray.
And then Kyler Murray. And then it just kept going. Now you have John Mintier. Last year you had who was the quarterback last year for Oklahoma? Was it Spencer? No,
This is your little thing. I don't know.
Hold on. Was it Spencer?
John Madden.
Not Stradler. He was at who was he? Spencer was at South Carolina, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
But I really like who is this guy? Michael Hawkson Jr.? Maybe it was the year before that was good.
What should be the same guy? Dylan Gabriel. He plays. He played at Oregon, did he not?
No, Oklahoma.
Where does he play now? Oh, he's on the Browns.
Yeah. So I mean, but just looking at it, almost every other year there's a great quarterback that comes out of Oklahoma, and this is one of those years. Give me the Sooners.
Boomer.
We already talked about the Alabama-Wisconsin. We both picked Alabama. I don't think Wisconsin's coming in there winning that football game.
Look at the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Auburn is now in the top 25, and they are only
2-0.
They are only 5 spots behind their rival, the Crimson Tide. This week, 11:45 on SEC Network, Auburn's going to play South Alabama, an in-state game.
Who?
South Alabama.
Who?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me tell you one more time. South Alabama.
Yep.
Give me the Tigers. I mean,
you have the Tigers. They go up. They beat Baylor at Baylor, 38-24. I mean, single-handedly. I mean, just like really not that close of a game. Week 1, you go in. Week 2, you play Ball State.
Yeah, and you 63 or 42.
You only scored 42 against Ball State. But is that because you scored 21 points in the first half and just kind of, or more, like probably 28 in the first half, and then slowly just had third stringers in there? Is that the reason, or did you just not do that well? What's the reason you only put up however many against 42 against Ball State? It's pay week for Ball State. You should blow them out by 80.
Yeah, but see, we talked about this in our review. It's like play down to your competition. Don't let one of your don't let one of your good players get hurt when in 2 weeks you play the number 18 team, or 13 now, Oklahoma. Then you have Georgia.
Missouri. You hop into SEC play where you play Missouri, you play Arkansas, you play Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and then you play Mercer.
Get a little break before the Alabama Iron Bowl game. So I liked it. I mean, I watched a little bit of that Ball State game. They were bringing in everybody, letting everybody get a look. Let's, if somebody does go down in one of these SEC games, let's have a backup ready. Let him know he needs to know the plays. He needs to know what the experience feels like. So I really like the Tigers. And one more other thing I want to talk about with this game is after you beat Baylor at Baylor, Baylor goes to SMU, the number 17 team in the country, goes to SMU and beats them 48-45. Now, I don't know where the defense was, but for you to go and beat a team that beat the number 17 team away, you beat the team that beat the number 17 team at home in the season opener?
Things are looking up for Auburn.
Auburn may be back. Now, I don't want to go that far, but they literally have a white Cam Newton.
7-5.
I don't. Honestly, no. You know what? All you Auburn fans out there, me and Bryson's about to go through this Auburn football schedule.
Oh, no.
And say what games we think they're going to win.
It's an Auburn episode, everybody.
Yeah,
Lock in.
Because what is going on over there? It's literally is Auburn football back?
So 3-0 after this week. They go and play Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're winning this football game. We both already decided this. You go and play Oklahoma at Oklahoma. This game right here, is, are you going to be the Auburn that everybody knows for the past few years, or are you a new place?
Auburn right now, if the schedule stays like where all their competition is at right now, they don't play another opponent that has lost for another 6 weeks. Yep. The next 5 to 6 games they play, no one knows what a loss is. They don't have a check mark in the loss column yet this year. What does Auburn do? They're 2-0. They're about to go in and play a bunch of teams that have not lost. Like, they go in, they play South Alabama this year. They play Oklahoma, ranked number 13th. They play the number 16th ranked Texas A&M. They lose to Georgia.
Yeah, at home, they're retiring Cam Newton's jersey that day.
Give me the Bulldogs.
I don't know, man.
Give me the Bulldogs.
No, let me say this, okay? If Auburn beats Oklahoma and Texas A&M, that's a 3-point game.
There's going to be all these games are going to be really close, or Auburn's going to lose by 17.
Yeah, and that's not. And guys, that's it. That's the Auburn football schedule right there.
Yeah, that's it. You either win by 3 or you lose by 17 for Auburn for the next 8 weeks.
I don't know what to say because I can't sit here and tell you after this week, Bryson, you realize we have to decide if Oklahoma or Auburn's going to win that football game.
Oklahoma.
I think Oklahoma wins, but let's say Auburn wins. Would you not go Auburn against Texas A&M the next week?
Oh, God, I hate Auburn. Why are they?
But it's
Their
at
schedule's
Texas
weird.
A&M. But for Auburn, you're in the playoffs if you win most of your games because you literally play top 25, top 25, top 25.
I think a 2-loss Auburn this year makes playoffs.
Yeah,
I think especially if they beat Bama. If Bama wins out, if they beat
and
Bama
you beat
in the
them in
Iron Bowl, you
yeah.
go to the playoffs.
So, but give me Auburn. I mean, that's all it comes down to. We're running short on time. We got about 7 minutes left here, Bryson. Or sorry, golly, I cannot do math. 8 would be 2, and then we get 5 more.
Well, that's just to pack up and get out of here. But I really like Auburn this year. Their strength of schedule.
Did I just hear you say that?
I do like Auburn this year. Their strength
Whoa.
of schedule. I like their chances. I like Auburn's chances.
No, you said I really like Auburn this year, and I'm not cutting that from this podcast.
Whatever. You'll cut my. I'm not going to explain myself because you'll cut me out while I say it anyways. Auburn season this year. Their strength of schedule. I really like how their schedule's set up. You get into SEC play. You stay in SEC play.
Yeah.
You don't play an unranked opponent until you play Arkansas. After this week, you play Arkansas. And then you play another unranked Kentucky, another unranked Vandy, now unranked. And then you go in and play Mercer, who is 0-1. They've only played one game. It's week 3. Step it up, Mercer. Then you play the Iron Bowl, which is how is that going to unfold with how Alabama's been playing this
Here's
year?
the only thing that I don't like about Auburn's schedule. After you play Mizzou, as of right now, after you play Mizzou, you don't play another ranked opponent till the Iron Bowl. How do you prepare for the Iron Bowl if you're not going to be playing good football teams? Alabama, no matter what happens, Alabama's a good football team. Let's just be honest.
They'll be good. They're a good football team. They're not a very good Alabama football team.
Yeah.
But I'll say that until I die.
But that's the only thing that scares me about Auburn's schedule.
I think Auburn just needs to get through these next 5 weeks. They get to 5 weeks, they play Arkansas, and then you really just have to play Auburn football. You can't go in there and say, "Oh, say they beat Texas A&M. They drop a game to Auburn. Okay, now what? You're 11-1 going into the postseason, or going into the Iron Bowl. You're 11-1, saying you
If you
beat
lose to Texas A&M or Georgia,
If you lose to Georgia, you're fine.
Yeah.
You have to beat Texas A&M. If you lose to Texas A&M, you cannot lose to Georgia game. And then that means you cannot lose the Iron Bowl. I think if you beat Georgia, you can lose the Iron Bowl and be okay if Alabama wins out. If Alabama loses 3 or 4 games this year, that's a must-win game in the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
You cannot lose that. Kiss your playoff.
here's
ball
my
game.
thing. You only get two SEC championship teams go and play in the SEC championship. Those 2 are guaranteed in no matter right? I could be wrong, but they're guaranteed to be in the playoffs.
The winner is of the championship game, but I don't know if the runner-up is.
There's going to be so many teams that I feel like there's going to be 3 teams that are tied with 2 losses in conference play, and 1 team that has 2 losses is going to get in.
Auburn.
I don't know because but you have 4 guaranteed, and then it's the top 8 after that. Correct?
Yes.
So I think
The
I'm
four
going to be
conference
honest.
winners.
Just hear me out. I think you might see out of those 8. So there's already 1 SEC team. So I say maybe 4 to 5.
Not 5, 4 max. I
Dude.
don't think they'd do that because the only reason they
All
made
right.
this new playoff is to get
Yeah.
other schools. a
But you
chance.
have if Auburn gets in there, Georgia.
Georgia's going to be in there.
If
Bama
Texas,
will be
if
fighting for a
Texas can
spot.
find it,
If Arch,
LSU.
you were talking about it last episode with Arch's shoulder messed up.
If
you know?
if he gets hurt, they're done.
If he don't step it up, they're done.
Yeah, that too. So Arch, you got to figure out what you're doing, buddy. But no, seriously, LSU, Alabama, Texas. You got Oklahoma and Auburn. Those are 5 SEC teams, and then Georgia. If Georgia wins the SEC teams, that's 5 right there. One of those will go to the SEC championship against Georgia. Then you have 4 that will probably be around the same in conference play, if not the same, who are just sitting there. I think you see 4 to 5 SEC teams in the playoffs this year.
Then you got to think about the SMUs.
SMU just lost to Baylor.
The Georgia Tech. So
I know, dude. It's going to be weird, and I don't know how to go. But look, we got to keep it moving. Next game, Louisiana versus Mizzou. Give me Mizzou, Louisiana.
Mizzou.
The Raging Cajuns. I love the state of Louisiana, but you ain't winning this football game. Texas versus UTEP.
UTEP.
I don't know what that is because Texas is winning that football game.
Ranked 7 now. Come into week 1 with the first polls. Ranked number 1. They're 7. What is
Yeah.
Texas doing?
Archie's not doing good. He's not. That's just how it goes. Not a top 25 matchup, but let's talk about it only because the fact of who they just beat last week. You got the Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on Alcorn State. Mississippi State is coming off a 4-point win. Why did I say it like that? Mississippi State's coming off a win 24-20 against the number 12 team, or was the number 12 team, Arizona State. Give me the Bulldogs. If you're coming off a big win like that, I don't see you going and losing to Alcorn State.
Especially at home.
At home with the Bells, with the Cowbells.
With the Bells.
It's not happening, man.
The Bells are back in town.
They are. They're so back. But I got to go Mississippi State, and shout out to the Bulldogs. You know, they haven't been good in a few years. And then you come out and beat the number 12 team.
Then you got the Arkansas we talked about. These are 2 teams we talked about in the preseason review. If y'all haven't watched that, the first video we came out with this year. we talked about them being not that great. I mean,
Yeah.
both the coaches on the hot seat, especially Arkansas. I mean, I think they bought their coach out last year. Like, they had the money to pay him out to leave. He comes out and he wins both his week 2 games. He's
Yeah.
2-0 going in and playing Ole Miss now.
But
He's going to lose to the Rebels.
yeah, I mean, I've got to go with Ole Miss, but here's my only thing, okay? Like you said, they were going to pay out their coach. They come out first week, 52 points. Second week, 56 points.
Giving up 21.
And they only gave up 21, which, yes, they played Alabama A&M and Arkansas State, but you have an Ole Miss football team who hasn't played anybody either.
Just lost Jackson Dart to the draft.
They lost Jackson Dart, but they are the first team to have an SEC win because they played Kentucky, and they kind of spread out their schedule between conference and non-conference. They go back and forth, but it's so hard. Like, yes, you want, like, obviously Ole Miss is in favor to win this football game, but Arkansas's not been doing too bad, which we talked about Arkansas saying that we thought they wouldn't be good. But I've got to go Ole Miss, but I would not be surprised if Arkansas pulls away with this one.
Give me the Rebels.
Yeah. And let's see here. The last game. Oh, sorry. Whoa. We got a few more. We got to speed run these. Texas A&M, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's coming off a loss to Miami.
Still ranked number 8. They're 0-1 in the 8th spot.
Yeah, I mean, they lost in the championship game last year, and then they go and lose to Miami in the first week. You got Texas A&M, who was on the come up last year. They missed the SEC championship game by 1 game. It was at their rivals. It was against Texas, who they haven't played in like 30 or 40 years. If I'm right.
Brody's getting nervous. I just grabbed the mic because I seen what he just wrote down for his spot.
And
give me the Fighting Irish in this game, boys.
Sir. No,
yes,
sir.
Give me the 0-1 Fighting Irish coming out in week 3. They're getting a dub.
Hold on. Listen, I love Jeremiah Love. He's one of the best running backs in the league. But what Miami did to him was an absolute disgrace to college football. They made him look like a little kid, and I'm not going to stand for that. I can't go back to – I voted Notre Dame last week, and we lost. We both voted Notre Dame. I can't side with Notre Dame. Give me Texas A&M. I like where they're going. I like where their head's at. They're ranked number 16. This is an 8 versus a 16, and I've got to go Texas A&M. Their defense has looked immaculate since last midseason.
I agree with everything you're saying except the team you think's going to win. Give me the Fighting Irish.
All right. He's going to Notre Dame, guys, and that's another one. So right now we have 2 that are a little different. Georgia Tech and Clemson, and Texas A&M and Notre Dame. All right. We'll go ahead and go through this. Kentucky plays Eastern Michigan. Kentucky's winning that game.
Kentucky.
That's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, Vandy, South Carolina. Give me Gamecocks.
Yeah, I got to go Gamecocks. They have just been absolutely on fire. I'm actually going to the LSU South Carolina game. I was going to go to this game this weekend, but I ended up not going. But I am going to that one.
We're speed running this one.
But you got Hold on. Let's talk about Vandy just real quick. Don't get too excited. What about Vandy? Where's the hype around Vandy at? It's all gone. If you come out and win this football game, it's back. That's all I got to say. But I'm going South Carolina. Last game of the week. Weird time zone for this game since it is probably one of the best ones because it is a in-conference matchup and a top 25. You got the Georgia Bulldogs versus
the Balls. Took me a minute to read it.
They play at 2:30 on ABC, but right now let's just go into some of these stats because I don't even know who I want to pick yet. They've got Georgia winning by 6.5.
I know I'm picking. Hold on.
Wrong one.
It's quick.
On the wrong one. You're on the wrong board.
Where's the board?
Soundboard. Next one. Should be a yellow.
That's who I'm going with.
You going with the Georgia Bulldogs? Now let's talk about something real quick. They've got Georgia winning by 6.5 points, but they have Tennessee winning. The matchup predictor is Tennessee's favor, 51.5. 50% of winning. But the spread. So I want to go Tennessee, but like
Tennessee looked okay. I mean, who'd they play? Indiana and Syracuse. They play Indiana week 1.
No, they played Syracuse week 1, and last week they dropped 72 on ETSU. In 2 games, they've scored 114 points.
Give me the Dogs.
I've got to go Dogs, and let me just say this.
You don't want to.
What do you mean?
You want to go Vols.
I don't want to go Dogs. I absolutely don't want to. I think the Dogs they're not all there this year. You know, that dog may have got hit, may have got ran over. I think a dog, like when a dog gets ran over and don't even know where it's at.
Their feet are in the air and they're stiffening up.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the Dogs, but I can't go Tennessee, and let me tell you why, Bryson. If I go Tennessee, oh, it's time for us to leave, but I just can't go the Dogs. I've got to go Tennessee.
We're leaving your LSU off the board?
Oh, we forgot about that game. Guys, LSU plays Florida.
They're beating Florida.
At LSU. We're beating them. That's all it comes down to at this point. We're
not really much to talk about. We talked about it just yesterday. It's in the last episode.
Yeah.
LSU's
having a good start to the season.
Baton Rouge.
And I like it. But
I love it. And he would like some more of it.
Bryson's already getting ready to go. But hey, we appreciate you tuning in for episode 4 of the Pick'em podcast. Keep up with who we picked and just see who wins. See
if y'all really like these videos and we see them, we love making them. If y'all will just stay tuned. We might make something for baseball whenever football season kind of runs out, or we'll keep something. We'll figure something out about sports. We'll keep it sports related.
But we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.